Actually, in all seriousness, when these scientists decided that today was the happiest day of the year officially, and one of the bits of data they put into the computer to try and work this out was actually all to do with nature and how people respond to nature around them. Because actually, it's incredible the response you can have to nature. If you're feeling really fed up, if you go and stand on the shores of beautiful crystal clear ocean, sand beneath your feet, even if you imagine that, just changes your mood. And even actually closer to home, just walking through a park, if you walk through Heaton Park and just look at some of the sweeping grass lawns that are there and up to the incredible trees, or if you walk through Style Woods, again, just being there in nature. And actually, even if you're on your road where you live, if there's a tree there, I can see an amazing tree from my bedroom window, and quite often it's so big I'd lie in bed and look up at it, and it just calms you and centres you a bit, doesn't it, to be around nature. Well, actually, imagine if someone just came and took that nature away and it was a big part of your life, how furious you would be. Well, this is exactly how some people in Flixton are feeling today, because some locals are really upset because a cherry tree, what a cherry tree it was, absolutely stunning. And guess what? It was just chopped down last Tuesday, surrounded by bungalows. Meant a lot of people were getting a lot of pleasure from it. Well, let's find out how people are feeling, because our reporter Kevin Fitzpatrick is at the site this morning. Hello, Kev.
Hi Sam, yeah, the beauty of this blooming cherry tree has been something that people here in Flixton have enjoyed and looked forward to for around half a century, but they won't be doing that anymore, because without warning it was cut down by the Trafford Housing Trust last week, and according to them that's because it's diseased and it posed a risk, although the people around here completely disagree with that. And I'm just stood by the pretty forlorn looking stump now outside the Shaw Hall Community Centre on Church Road. Stumps tend to look a bit forlorn, but this one really does. They've not done the neatest job at the top. It's a bit haphazard the way they've cut it, and the roots are all over the place, and you can see that this was a fine figure of a tree in years gone by, even in weeks gone by, until the saws and the cutters came along. And I'm with Christine McLaughlin and Paul Syrett, who live around here. They're a bit upset about this, really. I'll come to you first, Christine. So when did you first realise this tree had gone?
Last Tuesday I saw some men working on the trees along the road, so I checked with them what they were doing. They said they were removing lower branches from the trees, so I asked whether they would be doing any tree felling, and they said they would not. However, on my way back from work that evening, I could see that the tree had indeed been felled.
So it was just gone, and the reason you've been given is that, well, actually it was diseased, it posed a risk. But you've got a photograph here which show it in full bloom just a few weeks ago, and it doesn't look like it's struggling, does it?
Yes, if you look at the photo, which is on Keep Trafford Green and Clean's website, you can see that the tree was in full bloom. It looked absolutely beautiful. Had the tree been properly diseased, then we would have expected to see the tree not blooming quite so well, and some of the blooms would have been brown. There was none of that.
And this has come as a bit of a shock, has it, to people around here?
Absolutely. The elderly residents of the bungalows around here would love to sit in their windows and gaze out at the tree. Many of them are housebound. One of the ladies came out and tried to stop the tree felling. She was told it was diseased, and when she asked for proof, it took the gentleman who was felling the tree a very long time to find a twig or a branch that was a little tiny bit soft.
Well, Paul, I'm no expert in trees, and I know you're not a total expert, but if you look at the centre of it, the centre of the stump does seem to be a soft area, which suggests, I don't know, perhaps it is rotting. If the Housing Trust say, well, our experts have looked at it and we think it's a risk, surely they have a responsibility to take action, don't they?
Well, the thing is, there is some slight problems with the tree. It's got a little bit of disease on it, and we've spotted something that's a bit soft in there. But we need to know the exact level of the risk, really. Was it a small, tiny risk, or was it something more palpable? And we just got a statement saying that the tree was diseased, and there's some evidence of disease, but it looks very healthy in the picture last month. It's got a very, very nice looking in bloom it is there with the all the canopy. It looks very, very healthy to me. So there may have been some disease, but what was the actual level and what was the risk to residents?
The statement that they've given to us said if the disease is inside and it keeps on rotting, it could fall down in theory at any moment.
They said, I think, eventually. So we were just wondering what that actually means. It could be next week, very unlikely. It could be 20 years. We need to know exactly what the problem was with the tree and what the danger was that was posed to the community. And it's something that we're still waiting for, really.
If you're going to take every tree that's got a little bit of a problem and instead of treating the problem, cut it down, then surely they're all dangerous and we should cut them all down.
All right, well, the Housing Trust say they understand, they appreciate that people are upset, but they reckon they had to do it. The tree is now gone. It's not coming back. What do you want to happen to this area?
Well, they've effectively created a wasteland. They've cut down our beautiful tree. They've planted a load of horrible old bollards instead. What we would like is a couple of benches for the elderly residents of the bungalows, a community garden, and yes, it is possible that they could transplant a mature cherry tree to this very patch of land.
Are you in discussions with them? Are you going to build up a discussion where you can try and ask for this kind of thing?
Yeah, I have approached them. I have spoken to Trafford Housing Trust. I have asked to see a copy of the report that condemned the tree. I haven't got it yet, but it's early days, and I'm really positive about Trafford Housing Trust, and I think we can start a dialogue. I think we can sort this out, but we are not going to be appeased by a load of old bollards.
OK, thank you for talking to us. That's Christine McLaughlin and Paul Syrett, and it does seem that a lack of communication is one of the things that has upset the residents here. They say they weren't consulted and that they didn't know it was going, and they want to know why. So a much loved cherry tree has gone. People here say the place and the views are much lesser for that.
I just got very nervous then, Kev, when your last guest was talking, but it was all fine. It all was kept above board. Thank you so much. There's Kevin Fitzpatrick reporting there in Flixton. Do you know, I really do feel their pain, but at the same time, got to think of the safety of residents. That's what the council is saying. Well, we did ask Trafford Housing Trust to join us on the programme. Our producer Jen Dell's here. Jen, what have they said to you?
Well, Trafford Housing Trust weren't able to come on the programme this morning, but they have sent us a statement. It's from Jane McCall, the Director of Delivery at the Trust, and it says that we understand residents upset about the loss of the tree. However, following an inspection by our specialist tree contractors, the cherry tree outside the Shaw Hall Community Centre was found to be diseased. The fungi in the tree would have rotted the roots, leaving it unstable, and it would have eventually fallen over without any warning. As part of our ongoing commitment to ensure that our landscaped areas are healthy and well maintained, this particular tree unfortunately had to be removed on safety grounds. The cost of felling the tree was £260, which we believe is a small price to pay for ensuring local residents' safety.
And Trafford Council also sent us a statement, haven't they? What have they said?
Yes, they've basically confirmed what the Trust has said. They've said a blossom tree was felled on Church Road in Flixton. This particular tree was situated on land owned and managed by Trafford Housing Trust, and they say the felled tree was not located in a conservation area and was not subject to a tree preservation order.
OK, thank you very much. There's Jen Dell, our producer there, with statements from Trafford Council and Trafford Housing Trust. Thank you. Oh, I'm just upset by that. Isn't it a shame? I mean, whether there was issues of safety or not is another thing, but very sad.